racist and we want it gone. Brexit's a lie. Brexit's a con. Brexit's racist and we want it gone. Brexit's a con. Brexit's rubbish and we want it gone. To Brexit. To Brexit. To Brexit.
It's another nail in the lid of the coffin of Brexit. We're not leaving the European Union. And what is Plan B going to be?
I don't know. You're not. I can't remember which day. There was another phrase.
Brexit's a con. Brexit's rubbish and we want it gone. Brexit's a lie.
Well, I feel as though that this is the end of the beginning. That's all I can say. It's a really strange feeling. I know we've got an extraordinary process ahead, but we have hope. Again, we have hope, and that's what we need. With hope, we can win this, we can rebuild, we can bring the country back together if we find the right way to do it.
Time. You don't know what you voted for. We do. No, you don't. If you didn't know what you're voting for, it's because you didn't educate yourself properly. Oh, yeah. He's on the dole, Steve. He's on the dole. Stays on the dole. Stays on.
It was a truly tragic disaster, and I'm very glad that it's been voted down. I'm more concerned about the reasons why it was voted down, and I'm concerned that a lot of Remain MPs would have voted it down because they now want to push for a people's vote.
I think Theresa May has to go, and she has to be replaced by someone fully committed to Brexit. She was a Remainer at heart, and I think that's been the trouble from day one.
I'm not sure what I want. I quite like to go on because it's quite a coup to get on. On the other hand, it just makes me want to cry. I'm here till about 8:30 at least.
8:30. We might not be here tonight.
All right, well, let's see.
In context, it's the biggest defeat a government has suffered in Parliament. So, you know, history is being made week after week in the Brexit saga, from the government being held in contempt, the scale of this defeat. And yet the Prime Minister remains in Downing Street, and yet she seems intent on bringing something back to Parliament to vote on again.
Partly because today I got a text saying, will you do question time on Thursday? And I'm petrified by the idea. They said, we'll confirm on Wednesday.
The thing about Theresa May is nothing seems to faze her. She just keeps on going. And yes, these are remarkable and unique times. Brexit is a unique issue. Any other Prime Minister facing this scale of defeat, I think they might have stood down. But I think Theresa May, whether driven by a sense of duty or just sheer doggedness, keeps going. And tonight it was absolutely startling. She loses by this enormous margin. She turns around to the House of Commons and says, well, look, you might have defeated my deal, but you lot can't agree on anything else, so I'm going to make some phone calls, I'm going to talk to some people, and I'm going to come back. I'm not going anywhere. And if she wins that vote of confidence tomorrow, of course, then her position is relatively secure.
Driving this thing, she's the one who said the choice is made in one over. But actually, this is utterly unprecedented. To have a Prime Minister defeated so spectacularly on what is the central piece of her programme, and to behave as though nothing's really changed, it's sort of beyond belief. So I don't know what happens there.
Well, it was shattering. It was a far bigger defeat than anybody, I think, including the Prime Minister herself, expected. But the significance of it, I think, the main significance is that this is the beginning of the end of Brexit.